yesterday, Bookmap Academy. So, all right, so should be good over in YouTube. All right, welcome everybody to the Bookmap webinar series here. Every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, all markets is the what we'll cover, or any market that you want that we can connect to. In Bookmap, we will look at the order flow. And the goal is, by understanding the order flow, we get much deeper insight to the participants in the auction process. We understand that, we can have a much clearer picture where price is going to go. And that's the edge that you can get using order flow. And Bookmap displays that, as you'll see very, very clearly, through the orders, the transactions, and the market structure. We're going to focus a bit on market structure, I think, today. We'll see what the market gives us, and then take it from there. But I want to focus more on the higher time frame structure and how you guys are trading to meet those demands, and then be able to show clearly, filtering using Bookmap to understand those participants. General disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. A risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so if you haven't signed up for the I've got a few different things to go through with you. One is the Blue Jacket, and if you want to sign up for that, it is on bookmap.com, and let me show it to you here. Yeah, Blue Jacket, bookmap.com/Blue Jacket. You can sign up here from this page, and you document your trading activity, and you can win 3 months of Global Plus and data as well. The runner-up will get 1 month of Bookmap Global Plus. Okay, so this is a great way to get started using Bookmap. And there's another thing too. You might as well go to the Bookmap Academy here under the More button, Community, and then Bookmap Academy here. And while you're documenting your trading and your order flow, you might as well sign up for the Academy, and you can partake in the Academy. And this is a pathway for you to improve as a trader. We offer coaching and mentoring in this program. We just had a meeting last night. It was great. Really enjoyed it. And that's what why we're going to look at some of the market structure today on the higher time frame, was due to what we covered in the Academy meeting. Anyway, this is a pathway for you to advance as a much better trader, getting coaching and mentoring along the way as you document what you're looking for, and you journal your trading. All right, so you'll get an extra hour here, one-on-one with pro trader Doug Pless here. So you probably know of Doug, that he's in our Discord, and he streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1:30. Also, I just covered the Bookmap Academy. Get 2 times the credit by showing your trading activity, and then it really benefits everybody in here when you show your trading activity, because it shows where you got in, how you manage your trade, and where you got out, and we can give much better coaching due to that. And everyone that accesses your content and your trade activity can see much deeper into it as well. And that brings us to the next point here with our Bookmap Trading Journal, our web trading journal. I'm going to show that to you in just a minute, but there's a new sharing feature. Very excited about this. This is going to ramp up and really help out our coaching. in our mentoring in the academy, as well as you can share this with anybody, right? I'll share the link with you in just a minute for my trading journal. And then next week, Pro Trader webinar series, all next week. So it's in Discord only. That's the goal here, is to offer this exclusive event in Discord. We have Thor from Bear Bulls Traders. We have Brandon Trades, Mossy Trades. We have Options Millionaire, who just joined up, and we also have another person in the works as well. So it should be a really good event. We haven't had a lot of these traders before. That's what's going to be exciting about this Pro Trader webinar series. So looking forward to that. And when you come over to your Discord, you're going to have to provide your email. So to verify and go through the process, you can also just take a screenshot here and come over to our Discord via the QR code over here. All right, so that's a lot of stuff there to go through. And we will show the trading journal here in just a minute. I can't wait. Like, it is this trading journal and this 24-hour simulator environment that we have now for you guys is a great way to trade and forward test different strategies. Okay, now we're looking at the S&P E-mini here, and you can see the pre-market here, 6:30 East Coast time. You can see price going up in this area in here. Then we see at 9 o'clock we really sold off quite a bit right at 9, and then 9:30 cash open here, back and forth in here, very, very hard to read, and then looks like the sellers finally were able to push it through here. One of the things here just comes to mind immediately looking at this in the order flow is, look, a lot of buyers in here. Everyone's going for, thinking that this is a discount in here. 9:30 cash open comes around, and people are buying it up, buying it up, buying it up, buying it up, and then it moves back down to the swing low here. And then we see a lot of sellers in here. Now they're on the hook at this point, and they could get squeezed, and maybe they got some small little squeezes in here. But look at more sellers, more sellers, more sellers, and it's still really unclear in here, to be honest. Because we're making higher lows and these sellers are failing to move the market lower. However, this is where everything shifts and changes here. Okay, now sellers are winning, and everyone else in here that is buying up at this very, very bullish environment, all-time highs yesterday, the day before FOMC, cutting rates by 2 basis points, everything looking golden, and everyone's like, uh-oh, now they're upside down. Okay, look at the big stop run right here. All right, so huge. In fact, what is it? It was, I had 112 here down to negative 461. So, around 570 stops triggered in this move to the downside here. And look again, more sellers coming in. Okay, so into this high liquidity right here, and let's see if we maybe the sellers, can they continue on this route and go to lower lows here, or are they going to get squeezed now? This is where we want to watch it right here, okay, at this 57.52, and we just traded to the figure and the liquidity here at 57.50. Okay, so sellers are moving the market. They are in control. They will be out of control above here, and that's what we're watching. All right, so we'll see if we get a bunch of buyers back up above here. Then we look for strategies to trade to the top of the range in here, and maybe take some off, and then look for buyers to continue maybe back to this point of control area up in here. Okay, most traded level. So this would be kind of more mean reversion type of activity, right? And we don't know right now. Well, in fact, not seeing any buyers in here, so we would go sell side on this until we see something different. Okay, so we'd be looking, here's some exhaustion on the buy side. We need to see sellers again in here, and then we can get a break, maybe down to about 45 or so here. Okay, 45 liquidity down in that area. So a bit of selling just came in. We made the lower low here down to about 47.5. Right, so we still stay sell side until we see something different, and what that will look like will be buyers back up above this 52 area up here. All right, so a few different scenarios right off the bat, and that's what we'll be looking for. Again, we are trending lower, and it's sell side only until we see that difference. All right, so let me see if there's any questions quickly in here. Good morning, Alois, and good morning, Rob. Let's see here. Oh, okay, yeah, thanks, Dan. You put the digest in there and read more about that trading journal. Let me show you right now. Okay, so the Trader Map Pro chart, you tried to access it, works fine. Okay, Alois, let's see, works fine using chart trading, but not in the DOM. Okay. Yeah. All right, we'll have to highlight that one. And I'm not sure. Let me just take a quick screenshot of this and try to paste it to the developers here so I don't forget. Thanks, Alois. Hold on a minute. And Dan, you're looking for a slide. Okay, I'll have to get that to you a little bit later. Right. I might be able to get it to you now. I don't want to take too much time though on that. Sorry about this, guys. It'll be just a second here, and it'll have its benefits for everybody. Okay. Dan, I think I got it for you. Okay, still sell side, guys, but it's getting kind of interesting in here. But high liquidity on the offer here at 50, as you can see, and kind of capping that move to the downside so far. There you go. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, okay, so you know, we were looking for this possible scenario in here. We knew we were trending down. We knew the sellers were moving it here. We saw the stop run. We saw the trap in here, which wasn't really clear. Really wasn't clear until here. And it's not this move necessarily. It's when the sellers start to mount their selling in here before the move. That's what gives us the tip off. Okay. Because we know there's more selling at lower lows. The buyers don't have enough buying pressure and demand to lift the market. That's where we see this. We know it's a big stop run too, so we're watching and waiting. What happens after the stop run? That's really important to understand. What happens after the stop run? Okay? Because just because it's a stop run, a lot of traders think, oh, well, it's a stop run, it's going to turn around and reverse. It doesn't matter. What matters is, what do traders think about it after the stop run? The stop run event is its own thing. We want to understand acceptance and supply and demand after the stop run. That's what's important. All right. And you can see we come back and kind of retest this little zone in here several times, 1, 2, 3 times here, and we just find more sellers. Okay. Now here we go. All right. So now we're back up above this area in here, and we see buying pressure. I'm sorry I missed this as we were going through some of that other stuff. Look here. It's even better here at 50. Okay. Now we're looking for buy side, and we're looking for getting out some up here, okay, around this 55 and a half or so. Okay, just some, because this is a pretty big move. Well, in this time frame it is. We're actually looking for a bit of a pullback at the moment, but buyers are starting to take control. All right, and that's what we were going through earlier in this little area here. They are in control above that area. They're in control above 50 right in here. This swing in here was resistance. I'm sorry, support. Now it's resistance. Okay, so let's see. We're looking for a bit of a pullback, but we're still looking for, I'm looking for the stop run above the swing up here around this 55 and 56 level here. Okay. Okay, a bit of a pullback. We got a trend line. We've got this 50 level. We've got buyers coming in this area, also in this area here. So looking still for more buyers here to move that market. Okay, let's see if we get it here. This would be kind of curling in these buyers here. Now they need to move it. Okay, so it's a little bit, this would be our flag pattern in here. I really don't quite see enough buying yet in here for it. Maybe we have to see one more kind of jag lower. Anyway, strong move, pull back, followed by another strong move is what we're kind of looking for here. Okay, should be a nice little stop run above this level as well. And here they go. Here comes the squeeze. All right. So we're looking for this to shoot back up this red line here, the stops. All right. Let me get back to YouTube and also minute. Okay. So we'll get back to YouTube, and then we'll get back to nothing going on over there. Guys, if you're over in YouTube, here's something to consider. Just come over to our Discord channel. All right, so this is where you can continue the discussion. There's a lot more going on over here than in YouTube. Right, so it's up to you, but there's many chat rooms and there's events all day long over here, and there's no cost. You just need to provide your email, verify it, and you're good to go. All right, so Dan, I don't know if you can paste the link over there as well into YouTube. That'd be great. All right, guys, so anyway, let's jump back. We haven't looked at our bigger picture structure, and then we'll fit what we're reading now into that as well. Okay, excellent. Thanks, Dan. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, we're gonna kind of take a pause, look at the bigger picture here, and look at the daily here on the candlestick chart, the hourly in the middle, and then on the right hand side the 15-minute, and what's going on in here. All right, well, here's the daily. As you guys know the whole story. I mean, we're at all-time highs, and there was all sorts of fear, speculation, and on these moves to the downside in here, and yet here we are at all-time highs. Okay, now there's all sorts of reasons for it. I mean, especially the last few days with the FOMC and the move higher here. So that makes pretty good sense. But now the question is, are we going to accept or reject off of these all-time highs? Okay, I think the exuberance here, we're going to see some pullbacks in here, and we're going to test some of these areas. So I'm looking for a swing back to test this. It would be the 57.16 in here is what it is right now. So we're at 54, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So the continuous contract here in rhythmic candlestick charts has rolled over to the current contract price. All right. So you can see on the 15 and the hour chart here a retest to the swing right here from yesterday. So that's why we're getting a bit of a bounce in here as well as it being the figure at 57.50. Okay, so in fact, let's just zoom in a little bit in here and see what's going on. Okay, so yeah, a bit of buying starting to come back in, a move back to where it dropped from in here. 58 looks pretty good. It's almost done that already, and I'm kind of curious to see if we can get not only a retest to 58. I want to see buyers above it, and then not only retest the swing here from the cash open today, but I want to see it fill the gap up here. So looking for 57.72 ish area. Okay, so looking for those buyers in here. So we want to we tested here. It's rejecting, and the breakdown's rejecting. So we're looking for these buyers now to come back in. Okay, this is the bigger picture in the at least on this 15-minute chart, and what we're kind of looking for right now. All right, so just rejection back in, and then we're going to see if we get more buyers up in here. All right, and on the daily, we have quite a bit, to retrace. That could be down to 57.17, which would be somewhere around in here. Okay, which looks pretty good. That would be also kind of a partial gap fill. As long as we see the sellers roll in, okay, this might be the kind of what do you call it? This kind of morning reversal that we see always around this time. During these webinars, somewhere between 10:30, and then it kind of roll over and then get that continuation move to the downside. Okay, so as it is though right now, and what we're reading, yep, those buyers came back in. We talked about taking some off up at this level and then holding for a bigger move back up to maybe point of control in here, or mean reversion type of activity. All right. All right, let's talk about some of the structure in here. That's what I wanted to focus on. Let's see, is Rob in? Yeah, Rob's in here. Okay, so Rob, right now, we're in a trending environment, okay, on this time frame. So we're still looking for more buyers to come in. Okay, so we're still looking for buyers back up to 58.5, then 60. Okay, and we talked about this kind of 61, 50 area up here. This is what we see now. Okay, so we stick with this trend until we see something different. Right, so you're basically looking for once you start to see that demand come back in around some of these swings in here, maybe around in here, you're looking for becoming a buyer. Okay, and then holding for the trend move. Okay, now we don't, obviously we never know. I mean, this might turn into a distribution pattern up here. Okay, but we don't know. Right, so how do you manage that? Well, you can, if you're in some place like this, take some off at the top of the range. We're at least looking for that. Okay, we don't see a lot of sellers in here in this trending structure. So maybe that's a good thing that we can cover today is the trending structures. And then we won't talk about maybe distribution and accumulation. We've been talking about Wyckoff type of stuff, but like I said yesterday in the Bookmap Academy meeting, this is all the same stuff. It's if you're looking at a high volume node, well, it's going to be an area of consolidation. Okay, and that consolidation is likely going to be what? It's going to be distribution or accumulation. And then it's going to be a break of that, and it's going to be a markup period or a markdown period. Okay, right now, we are still trending until we see something different. Okay, so even this move here, this can we see some selling retesting down here, but I'm looking for buyers to roll in up here. Okay, right around this 55.5. Here they are. Now let's see if they can move it, because we know that it auctioned off up here. We know there's buyers up here, so I'm looking for a retest to around this 57.5 right here. Let's just mark it up. Okay, so can we get a move to this 57.5? Right, looking for buyers. And let's see it, buyers. And not bad. Let's get a little bit more up here around that 55.5. Here we go. Now, what else do we have here or don't have here in the order flow right now? It's not helping us. Okay, we'll get help. We're looking for something in here. Okay, we're looking at the buyers and sellers within this little micro consolidation period right here. Okay, Rob, what do you think? What are we looking for in here to really confirm this idea for a move up into 57.5 and maybe further? Okay, something that is keeping us out of this right now. Retouch high volume node area. No, we're looking for support in the order book. You know, and it's down here at 52. Okay, we had some in here, right in here at this 55 area. We don't see anything in here that's supporting the order book. Maybe a little bit in here. It's pretty dark though. We need to see that order book support this. Okay, and then we're looking for those buyers to come in. Okay, up in here, we're looking for those buyers, looking. They start to come in, and then it fails. We go back down a little bit lower here. Okay, we've broken this trend line. Maybe we're going off kind of sideways in here for now, but we're looking for support here in the order book, and that kept us away from this trade. Okay, now, okay, so we can see that this uptrend here is broken clearly now, but we didn't know that until it breaks. Even in here, we get the squeeze in here. We can still, in fact, we see that this is a stop run here. If we get buyers back up above here, and we see an order book supporting that move, I'd be looking for getting long in here and then taking it back up to our 57 level up here. Okay, so this would be a market probing below this area in here, and then buyers coming back in. Now, that would be just one scenario. Okay, the scenario is it has to get back up above this area in here. And we're not seeing much right now. We see this high liquidity here at 52 that did transact, but we have to see that support in the order book and those buyers back up above here. And nothing shaken so far. Yeah, in fact, let's see here. I want to let's open up that demo account here. And any of you guys using that demo account, this 24-hour simulator, this is how you can engage it. This is free with your Bookmap subscription. Okay, so lower right-hand corner here, I'm in real trading mode. That will be necessary. And then we're looking for you open up your trade control panel in here, select if you want to trade from the chart, the dome, or both, and then you will need to right click in here and open up this panel called cross trading, and then you click on the the drop down, and select the demo sim account here, and then start, and it tells you you're going to be cross trading into your sim account. Right, and then in here, well, you get $100,000. Okay, so we get quite a bit of liquidity in here, and we can trade some size in here, which I recommend that you do. Get a feel for trading some size. So, for example, right now our scenario is starting to unfold. Right, but think of it like a larger player. Right, what do you want to do in here? Well, do you want to buy it up here? No. No, I mean, this was kind of the scenario we are looking for in here, but I think it's too late. You're going to look for a pullback instead. And then you would also be looking for or considering placing your target first. It's just a consideration to start thinking a little bit more like a bigger player. Okay, this is not giving us the chance whatsoever. You see it just buyers streaming in. This was the scenario we were looking for back over here. We just didn't have the support in the book. Okay, did we get the support in the book? Not much, a little bit. I mean, this traded, and then we see this in here, some liquidity in here. It's really just the buyers taking charge right here, a little bit above or a little bit below our level right here. Okay, you can see it's really this one. This is what they were reacting to in here, and that too is a stop run. Okay, so. So we're all poised in here now. Again, if I take some positions in here, this is demo paper trading simulated account. It's not a trade recommendation. It's just the reason that we'll go through it in here is to demonstrate not only the order flow and how you may consider entry and exit, but how you manage it. Right, and then we can also check it out in our trading journal here. Okay, so all right, so we're getting our pullback now. Okay, now let's take a look at the market structure in this pullback in here. Okay, I don't like it. I mean, I don't really see a structure in here. This is just back and forth in here. Like I was considering in here, and getting involved in here. I just don't see it though. I don't see any opportunity in here. What we'd be looking for in this area would be the order book underneath here, supporting it. And any of this up here, they'd be pulling their liquidity away from the market. Then we'd look for the curl, and buyers start to come in. Maybe this little trend line breaks in here. And then we're looking for big green dots in here, okay, to pull that market up. Right, so yeah, we're starting to get some of that right now. It's not really big, but we're starting to see it. Okay, now again, we were kind of looking for this, but we didn't have all the pieces in here. Okay, we didn't have that order book in here, right? So maybe it's doing what we thought it was going to do. But we just don't have the pieces in here to really lean on this. Think about it this way, like you're a card player, and you're playing poker, and you get 3 of a kind, but you get like 3 threes or 5 3 fives or something like that, and the betting is heavy, and someone else has something pretty good at the table. Do you really want to play that? Or maybe you have 2 pair. And maybe one is a I don't know, maybe it's a 10, maybe it's less, maybe it's a 9, one pair. The other pair is like a low hand, or low number. You've got like a 4 or a 5 or something like that. Do you really want to play that? And maybe you're is Texas Hold'em, and the flop comes out. You just don't have an edge. You see high cards in the flop. Nothing that's giving you a full house or anything like that. Anyway, I think you get my point. So maybe we were looking for this scenario right here, just like this. Just didn't have all the pieces here. Do you really want to get involved in here? And then now you're kicking yourself because you lost out on this move in here. Don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it whatsoever. This is what we're looking for, but we're looking for something very specific. Okay, so this is more like gambling in here. Okay, we want to look at the order flow. We want to understand that, and then we're going to look for those players to play out a specific way. And we mentioned this in the Bookmap Academy last night, or at market close. Start your trading day off with a winner. So wait, watch, and then get involved. If you start your day off with a winner, you're going to feel a lot more in control, a lot better. So look for something that's high probability. Okay, it really gives you a good feeling. You're looking for that to unfold and take advantage of it. Anyway, hope that helps. Really, the odds of hitting triples on the flop, a 4 if you're holding 4-4 is 74 to 1. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty low odds there. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, like, you guys get my drift here. Like, just think about the competitors in that, and this applies directly to the market. You got to have a really solid hand, and chances are that someone else is going to have a solid hand too, if they're betting, and they're betting pretty hard. So you got to have, out of the solid hand that you have, it's got to be a high card number. Right? It's got to be a face card or a 10, or at minimum. Okay, else your chances of getting beaten on that are so much higher. They're just so much higher. All right, so we'll just wait and watch. Wait for the next thing. Okay, this was a nice uptrend in here that we were looking for earlier. And then we saw it kind of, yeah, in a smaller time frame, it did reverse for sure. And didn't see that happening. I saw the trend. We saw the trend line break. We saw this liquidity here. And we're looking for the buyers to at least hit back up to 57 here, and they didn't get it. But we also stayed away from it. We're looking in here for those buyers and the order book to help us. Didn't get that order book help. And in fact, we didn't get that order book help at all. Instead, you can see what happened structurally. Traded right back down to where these buyers came in here, and moved. Good morning, Stephen. Yeah, or let's put it this way, Rob. We had talked about this last night in terms of marking up your charts for the academy and journaling your trading. Just this is the kind of phenomena that I'm talking about. Go back and look at this. How often does this happen? I know you've looked at this one, Rob. I remember from like a year ago. or several months ago at least, back to where it dropped from here, or where it rose here. Okay, how often does this happen? Now, I remember even the feedback I gave you on this one in here, because this one really resonated with you, I remember. So you know this phenomena. You're already an expert in it. Okay? There's a couple problems though with this, because you were like, okay, yeah, here and then buy and then back up to the highs, etc. Well, a few different problems. Number one is here. Maybe we get a little bit of bounce back up to about 52. It rolls over and through and just blazes through this hard. Okay, now it didn't happen here, but it happens a lot. And it is more likely to happen if the pullback is this deep. Okay, again, this is something to study and look into, because this looks pretty good, but what else do you have here? All you have is this level. Okay, I see sellers in here, in fact. Okay, and then the buyers came in and did kind of what we were looking for earlier, but this is not giving us much to hang our hat on in here at all. I don't see demand in the book. I don't see high liquidity only high liquidity getting filled here, maybe a tiny bit in here, and maybe a little bit down here, but it's not much. And then the buyers that are coming in here, streaming back in, aren't much either. Okay, so for me, in the way that I would look at this in here, this is not a trade that we're looking for. It's just not high probability. And then we're looking for the same thing in the pullback here, and we drew it up before it even unfolded here. And we didn't get this on the bid in here. We didn't get that support on the bid. And again, we just shied away from it then. Okay. So Rob, I would suggest, like, if you want to look at this one in here, consider this. You can mark it up and look for those pullbacks to where it broke out from, but you have to have pretty strong conviction and a lot of support in here for this move, and a lot of demand by the aggressors in here. Okay, so put that into your setups checklist. Okay, come in here and you could use your setups checklist in here. Where is it? We are going to justify these to the left here soon. See, I just went right by it. Here it is. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you can number those and put those right in here when if you're looking for this. Now, the one thing that's not good about this, and it's a really important one, is that like I said, this is a really deep retracement. In fact, it's a reversal up in here. You don't really see a head and shoulders. You see a double top, and then the seller is starting to come in and move it. And it did a measured move as well. So this pattern completed right into demand here. And we just don't see the demand over on this side, right? So anyway, and now this concept in here, we can take that and apply it to the trending environment now too. And that's what I want to talk about with the momentum move. Okay, because we'll look for this now. That same pullback, okay, but not this really deep pullback. We're looking for a shallow pullback. And let's see if we can, what we see here in the live market right now. Boy, not much. We can zoom in and we can look at this move here. Okay, so we see some selling coming in here. Where would we think the pullback would go to? Okay, well, there's a little structural area here, and there's maybe back up to here. So somewhere in here is where we would look for that pullback. Okay? And then we look for the continuation move. All right, now, are we going to continue? And it did it. It continued down to this swing here. Okay? And again, look at it pull back now. Okay, the pullback's 100% back to here. Okay, do we see sellers come back in though? And looking for them. I'm still looking for sellers in this small, very small little trend. More sellers, and then back down to the swing and maybe through it down to 52. Come on, sellers, break it and let's see it. Okay, well, we got the move down to here. Okay, so now we've retraced back here. See some buyers coming back in. See how this might start to turn, and now it's going to be a stop run here. Okay, so now we're seeing a pocket of buyers come back in now, right? And it retraced back all the way back to here, right? Now I'm looking for buyers to come back up to here. Okay, back to this 54 3/4. Okay, so we might get a reversal at this point here. There's our move back. All right, now we should see a little bit of buying above it too. Not much, but a little bit. And it did it by a tick. Okay, now here's our pullback here. All right, so we'll even take a shot at this. Okay, so I don't think it's very high probability, but just want to prove the concept in here. And why can't I take a trade? Should be able to. Oh, that I'm in drawing mode. Okay. All right, so here we go. We're going to give it a shot. All right, and we're not looking for much. You know, maybe back up to about here. Okay, just to prove that this concept here. So yeah, something like that, right? And we would have liked to have gotten in here, to be honest. Okay, so let's see if we can get it though. Not looking good at the moment. Lots of sellers. Okay, we got to get our buyers here, and then we can get the squeeze. Let's see if we get our buyers here. Okay, now this one too, as we see the drop here, retest. Okay, so it's retested twice now. Okay, so I'm looking for buyers to come back and retest this area again. If we can get buyers here they are. If we can get buyers here, we should get the break. Okay, and we have now. Okay, we've gotten the break. Now we've retested back up here a few times now too. I'm still looking for buyers to press it a little bit above that. Okay, and that's where we'll get our fill. Okay, here's our pullback here. All right, let's even add in right here. Okay, here's our pullback to here. Okay, so are we seeing maybe a change in trend? Well, in a small trend, maybe. Okay? And in fact, maybe we'd even look for it to be a very small scalp back up to here. Okay, based off of this move here, back up to here. I know it looks kind of ridiculous, but you guys are getting the idea here. Okay, so now I don't like it. Now we can get squeezed, right? Now we're open for the squeeze. Now we're below this area on selling now. Okay, so let's see. If we don't get buyers in here, we're gonna flatten it, right? Because it's more likely we're gonna get squeezed here and then hit the downside. Right, so yeah, let's see if we get our buyers up here at this 53.5 here. If we do, then it's looking more probable. Yeah, come on, buyers, let's see it. And we're just kind of stuck in the middle here. Yeah. So in fact, we're opening ourselves up here. I'm going to exit it. It might do it still, but like I don't want to open ourselves up to the squeeze here like this, right? Now, why did I do that? Okay, because our idea in here was starting to fail. Okay, we had the buyers come in here, and we got this move back up to here. Okay, and then we don't see any of those buyers up in here. And then what happened to our pullback in here? Well, our pullback, our strategy was looking for pullbacks into where these buyers came in. Okay, well, this isn't really much of a pullback. This is turning into back and forth in here. Right. So at that point, like I was a little late as well. Would have exited probably about here, and would have been, you know, a small. Well, it was a small loss regardless. But we avoided this here. Okay. So now let's go back and we'll continue on with the same strategy in here. Okay. Pull back, and then looking for continuation. Okay, so where's our pullback going to come to? Well, probably about here, if we get it. We may even get another one back all the way back up to here where we drop from. Okay, so now you guys like might be looking at this. In fact, we can input a anchored VWAP in here at some of these areas. And we can talk about pullbacks also in terms of anchored VWAP. Let me put the VWAP on here for the day first, or the cash session. Go, and we will have that reset every day. Okay, got our VWAP in general, and let's create an anchored VWAP. Our anchored VWAP, I don't know, I guess we trade it from here or from this swing here. Most people are going at the taller swing here, bigger swing. Okay, well, here's a pullback to that, right? So this market structure matched here the anchored VWAP. Let's take a look at this in here. All right, so now where do the sellers come in? And now I don't really like it. I don't see sellers. I mean, we move lower, but I don't see a whole lot of selling in here. And in fact, I'm starting to see pockets of buying come in. Okay, so nothing to do in here. Yeah, it's expiration today, but we're already on the Z contract, Hector, when the volumes rolled over on Tuesday. All right, actually, you know what? We're going to take a shot at this one here. There's our pullback. Okay. And we're above here on some buying after a stop run. And that's the concept. And let's get rid of these here. We missed those on the pullback. And what are we looking for? Top of the range here, back to here. And that's it. That's it for now. If we see something in the order book here as well. Now it's only a few ticks, right? But just to the top of the range here. And we got something in the order book here at 46. And if we see something really good in here, we'll move our VWAP. Or I mean, I'm sorry, we'll move our order here. Yeah, let's do that. Go up to this swing up here, and maybe we can even go up to this swing up in here. Okay, see the order book is helping us here, right? So that's why that we had the help here at 46, but also 47. Okay, so we're going to move our stop up, or our take profit up. Okay, now it's into anchored VWAP. Maybe we'll get some traders off of that, but I don't know. I don't know how much I trust this anchored VWAP in here for this move. Right. This is why I prefer to look at market structure and see what's going on here. And we've got another pullback here. Okay, to the where we bought here. Okay, now do we get more buyers coming back in? Does the order book support it? Let's take a look. Order book is not supporting it. Okay, are we getting our buyers in here? Not yet. And let's see if we can get our buyers back up above 46 again here. Same move, same idea here. Again, guys, this is you know, we're looking for well, our pullback strategy was kind of turned into a reversal here at this point, right? Because this blew through it and we saw some size in here, right? And we originally had our target right here at this range here, and then we decided to move it because we see some pretty big buy volume coming in. We had support in the order book here. Okay, we got one more move to the downside, retest the lows here, and we're still looking though for that little pockets of buying to get back up above here at 46.25 right here. Okay, that's really the key, and then we can get that nice squeeze. All right, so we didn't get it. We didn't get it. Still looking for it though, and if we do get back up here, we should probably get a pretty nice squeeze. Okay, so still open to it. Okay, it's got to get back up above 46 though. Bigger picture. We haven't looked at our bigger picture for a while. All right, so bigger picture. This was one of the scenarios. This was the pullback here around our 1030 or ish area. Remember we talked about it, maybe the move back up to about the 58 here, and then the potential continuation here. So that's what's unfolding right now. I'm curious to see if we see the buyers try to bring it back into the range in here. And then maybe we just kind of chop around in this little area in here. Okay, but we'll take a look here. We're not seeing too much high liquidity prevailing one way or another today, Hector. All right, so here we are coming back up to 44. All right, so this would be our pullback in here then, right here, around 43. All right, now we're looking not to get squeezed here. We're looking for this to hold. Okay, now we need to get buyers in here. Let's see if we can get them. You can even add into this here, and then look for the buyers to continue here. Okay, now we're back up to here to 44 on buying. Order book is also supporting us here. Okay, now we're sitting pretty here to take advantage of the squeeze. Okay, as long as we don't get squeezed. All right, and then where are we going to look? Well, let's take some off here at this 46.5 right here that we were looking for buyers earlier. Okay, and the other one, well, we're going to hold it. In fact, we'll move it up to 54 up here. Okay. So yeah, it's got to hold here, else we're going to bail on this. We don't want to get squeezed. We're looking for support here, right, at 43. Okay, if it doesn't support it, we're going to get out. You can always get back in. Right, this is the play right here. Buyers coming in, starting to move it. That's the play here. And now this is a reversal here. We were looking for, well, I was trying to go over trend continuation. We just didn't have a good example at the time we were covering it. So we started to note the buyers starting to come in some of these areas in here. So we started to play the reversal, and we're looking for support here at these areas. If we don't get that support, we're out. Okay, we're well positioned for the squeeze. The squeeze just has to unfold. If this pulls away, then we're going to get squeezed, and then we're just going to exit. All right, buyers coming in now. They've got to move it. They just, if it doesn't move in here, like the potential for that squeeze, us getting squeezed, is a lot higher. Okay, so I don't like seeing that buyers can't move it higher here. Buying is good. It's above this little area here, but they got to move it. Okay, we got to see the capitulation on that sell side. It's well positioned for it here. It's just kind of struggling here. Okay, we got the order book here helping at 44.5. Okay, a bit more buying now, and again, order book is helping. Just need to see that big push and stop run. I'm gonna dump this one, and I'm gonna hold the other one, because I don't like seeing that the buyers can't take it higher here. Right, so this is where to look out for the sellers coming in right around here, right about where our point of entry is. Okay, so we took a little profit off. Didn't quite hit here, so but reduce some risk. And then again, guys, it's a small example on a very small time frame in here, but the concepts hold true on much higher time frames. Okay, now Hector and Rob and others, one of the things in here too that we're looking for is the not just the squeeze, but also time of day in here. We're approaching the London close. It's end of the week, etc. So are we going to get people coming in and start to buy here? Is a big question. We're at the lows of the day. And the buyers are just failing to move this. There's some exhaustion as well. Don't like it. I don't like it. It's not setting up well. We may have to bail on this idea here. And we're back up here, and if we don't get buyers on this retest here, then I think we're just gonna call it. Don't bail. Well, this is where, like, we're reading the footprints in the sand. Like, we're assuming that this should move it here, and if it can't, look out. We're gonna get squeezed, right? And this is what we want to avoid. And why not take, even though it's like a small win or a small loss or a scratch, something like that, when we do get it, we're going to nail it, right? This is, again, looking at that hand in poker, and do we have something really good here, right? Well, we do if we get the buyers up in here and this starts to move it. It has to move it. We're getting support in the order book in here, and we're starting to see these buyers in here, but they just can't move it yet. Right now we're positioned well here again. We should get the squeeze. We should get it. And in fact, if we do, we'll even add more on. And we can look for a pullback and then add more on, or you can even get the breakout here. Okay, but if it's struggling and all this buying is struggling, can't make a higher high, well, that's telling us something. It has to. Yeah. Yeah, it's just meandering. Guys over on YouTube, we're gonna end it here. But please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Come over to our Discord, and here's the keep watching over here on Discord. This is where our community is. Partake in it. There's no cost to it. You just need to share your email, and you're all set. Okay, so anyway, we'll leave it at that. Thanks for coming.